Clear couple Northern Units, we can start for 1051 and 122. Time delay of 2 minutes, 3657 Bayonne Drive.
While I'm done.
Question for any cadence monitoring that can start.
Any tracking on the vehicle and disable them.
Able, are you monitoring?
Base, we're going through a checklist right now. We'll check in with you once we're over.
Bright blue or black 21 Dodge Ram does have a black roll bar on it. It's a TRX model. Unknown number of occupants. The keys were left in the vehicle. We're still trying for further. Last seen northbound on Bayonne, event number 3. Is it failure to yield? One's working on.
Going about 100, we're going up to the hill for the 10s on Balboa. Traffic is being
3 miles per hour up the hill on Balboa.
10-9, those road conditions, please.
100 miles per hour.
Please.
John?
medium, but he's swerving in and out of traffic. I'm right behind him.
16 Sam, let's have him back off. There's medium traffic at that high speed.
16 John.
Traffic is now light, going across Claremont Drive, still going eastbound Balboa, speed 35. I'm sorry, 75.
Eastbound Balboa approaching Claremont, speed 75, traffic is light.
Continue pursuit then.
116 John, can you tell how many occupants?
I was not able to, but we're approaching Genesee.
Genesee. 235 John?
Hey, well, we're airborne. We'll probably be there in just a couple minutes. What's the updated cross street?
We're going past Kennington.
Passing Kennington 10-4.
Okay, we're almost 97 with you, but just keep in mind we do not have a FLIR up, so I do not want to track this unless we have FLIR, so let's try and stay up on it.
16 John, we're Balboa on 805 going northbound.
Northbound 805 from Balboa.
67 further, northwestern units, they can set up with spikes, please.
Northwest units back in start.
16 John for Able, looks like he's going to the number 1 lane. He's going to be hitting the CMB here shortly.
1 lane approaching CMB.
Northbound 805 though.
Northbound 805 approaching CMB.
16 can you give speed and conditions, please?
Speed 120, traffic medium.
114 John, I'm catching up down 10-4.
So we're 97 with you. Looks like we're coming up to the 52. Looks like possibly number 2 lane. We still do not have our FLIR yet.
In the 52 number 2 lane.
10 once Able's FLIR is on it, I want visual units to back off.
And units to back off once Able's FLIR is on the vehicle.
Can I just confirm, is it occupied times of 1 only?
It was occupied more than once.
Passing Governor now, still northbound 805. Looks like we're number 3, number 4 lanes.
16 I just want to make sure there's only 2 units involved in this pursuit at this time, correct?
Okay, we're getting off on Bell.
Exiting Nobel.
16 confirming 2 units involved in active pursuit.
Able, can you confirm?
Just we could call it.
Okay, well, let us have the air here. I only see 1 patrol unit right behind the vehicle. We're westbound Nobel from the 805.
Westbound Nobel from the 805.
16 Able's FLIR up.
And Able, we're still waiting for our FLIR cooldown, so just give us another couple minutes. Cool. No traffic at all on the road. We're still westbound Nobel coming up to town center.
Bell approaching town center.
1.3 definitely close. 18R, get somebody to the 5 and the 52 and see if we can spike it.
We just had a southbound turn. Looks like, stand by. We'll try and get you an address here. It was just before Genesee. It's coming down, looks like Avenue Navidad. Avenue Navidad. Through Genesee or westbound to Coro.
Coro from Genesee.
0 traffic. He's just going through stop signs, etc. We're going southbound. Stand by here. On Cargill. Coming up to Arriva.
On Cargill.
There's also a good possibility he might run into a dead end here, so units be ready for a possible foot fail. Going eastbound Camino Glorita.
Glorita 10-4.
Spikes on Cargill, actually stand by, foot fail. The white shirt, blue jeans, looks like possibly an HM. I'll try and get an address here for you.
Fennec Bell, white shirt, blue jeans, foot fail.
7900 Caminito Glorita.
7900 Camino Glorita, 10-4.
Our FLIR's still not working. One officer's in foot pursuit right now.
For unit in foot pursuit.
Can that unit advise, has he seen the suspect at all? Units need to make it to 7900 Camino Glorita, and then we need a western perimeter on Genesee, just south of Decorro.
John's vehicle, which direction did he run?
Able to advise on 116, John?
Okay, well, we do have him. He's down in the canyon right now. He's making his way southbound towards the train tracks. So stand by here. We're going to try and keep eyes on him, but we're going to need to get units down to the train tracks here. But he's continuing southbound. Like I said, white shirt, blue jeans, possibly an HM or a white male, hard to tell. I don't know if you guys would have any access from Genesee to get down there, but that'd be probably the most direct route at this point. He's real deep in this canyon right now. Looks like we have one officer that is in a southbound track. If you just want to at least hold when you get to the train tracks, just south of the train tracks, I want to try and get a good perimeter on this guy and see if he doesn't hunker down here. And well, if you guys could just maintain good light discipline so this guy tries to hunker down. It looks like he's made it to pretty much the direct center and the bottom of this canyon here. It looks like there's possibly a little creek or riverbed that he's going to be going through right now. Again, I don't have a super good reference point for you guys yet, so just we need to work on this perimeter. I want one unit on Genesee just south of this, just south of the train tracks here.
Second John, if you could shut down the Amtrak, please. You have units on the tracks.
Okay, well, he already continued south, so he's south of the tracks, and he's in the little creek riverbed area south of that. So, again, we're trying to watch him. It looks like he's still continuing southbound, and it looks like there's a trail that's just north of Tony Drive. So I'd probably put 1 or 2 units at Tony Drive, probably about 3600 block, I think it is. And then also, if I could get another unit to Welmer Place if he continues in a southwesterly direction.
To Wilmer.
I'll take Walmart.
Perimeter post, make sure you turn your overhead lights on and hunter this guy down.
You need to make sure you have your overhead lights on.
111 John for Able. We're units on this track. Do you want us just holding our position here, or should we be moving somewhere to tighten it up a little bit?
Able on the tracks. Stay where you're at for now. I don't think you're going to be of too much assistance other than a northern perimeter because there's water down there. So the units that are on Tony Drive that just went 97, that's probably going to be a good step-off point. I don't know if you can get into the backyards at all. Pretty much where the lead vehicle is, he's just north of you guys. And again, try not to use too much of your flashlight down into the canyon. What I want you guys to do is at least go down, I should say look northbound into the canyon, see if there's any kind of trails that lead down to there's a main trail that goes east-west, and he's right near that. Definitely tiring out, but he's trying to hunker down in some bushes. Do any canines coming to this call have any NVGs? Okay, well, I think the best spot for an eastern perimeter is if you guys just stay on Genesee, just south of the tracks. I do not see any, I think there's one unit that's southbound right now on Genesee. You guys can come down a little bit further. But like I said, where all of the trees are, just south of the train tracks, it looks like there's a creek. I don't think that you guys are going to be able to easily get past that creek.
Hey, well, we could give it a shot if you'd like. I don't see the creek yet. There's probably about 100 yards in front of us.
Hey, well, another option, there's a pretty prominent east-west trail that's just below the Tony Drive homes. I don't know if there's access from Genesee to work your way westbound on that trail, but that would be an option as well.
Sam, I'm at the walking trail. It's going to be on Genesee, just south of Centurion Square, so if we can have a contact team start making this location, we can make it in.
40 Sam. I'm on Tony, and we got a trail that's going to go down to that walking trail from here. It's going to be just a little bit behind the second car. Do we have a canine coming this side?
East north and route to you.
4 north and route there. And Abel, if you can see us, the 3 of us are on that trail. Before we go into any of this brush here, I want to make sure you get eyes on where we're coming in.
Hey, we're checking now. Stand by. Okay, well, for the officers off 20 Drive, can you just quickly give me a light? Okay, we got you. So he's going to be west of your position. So once you hit that main trail, you guys will probably have, I don't know, I'd say probably at least 50 to 100 feet where you have to work westbound. So once you hit that trail, just let us know.
Okay, we're going to go down, or we're going to stop short of the trail, and then the K9 can let us know when they're here. Cool. There's a pathway.
Tony, across the street.
From 3471 Tony Drive.
Okay, well, no change from the suspect. He's hunkered down in some bushes, and I have not seen any movement. Okay, well, Topher, can you give me another light just so I can confirm your position? Okay, I got you. Yeah, you guys are still, like I said, at least 100 feet, probably more than that, where you're going to have to walk westbound, and then he's going to be off to your right down the hill a little bit more. So the more that this guy rests, the more he's probably going to want to run again.
40, Sam, we're just about ready, and we've got it down for that.
And when you guys are ready to step off, I know it's probably kind of hard for you guys to tell, but once you guys move past the canopies, just give me a light.
82 North for Able. Once we get in that clearing and we're pretty much in line with this guy, I'll just have you do announcements first, and then have him direct them out to us, and then I'll get mine.
Okay, well, you've probably got another 10 feet or so to go, so just keep working your way westbound. Alright, well, go ahead, hold right there, and we're going to reassess your position. You're pretty much directly south of where he is, so he's just down the hillside from you.
Where the tree line starts from our position?
He's pretty much at the base of the tree line, but up the hill just slightly towards you guys.
Oh, for Nora, would you be able to give him warnings and call him out to us?
Cool, affirm. As long as you guys are ready to receive him, we can start on that.
Oh, for Nora, the pathway that we passed, maybe 20, 30 yards back, does that go all the way to the creek?
It appears it does, but the problem is once you guys get down that, I don't know if you'd be able to work your way westbound. Is that a super steep incline right where you guys are?
No, it looks pretty flat.
Probably hold your position there because you're still going to be a lot closer than him or to him than if you were to work your way down that other path.
Well, go ahead and give him warnings and call him out to us whenever you're ready. We're ready to receive.
We'll do that now. Okay, well, we've done several rounds of announcements. So far, no movement at all from the suspect.
Or no movement from the suspect.
Confirming the announcements were loud and clear.
Go for no affirm. Hope if Able can raise their orbit a little bit so I can get out some verbal warnings.
Okay, we're doing that now.
And 40, Sam, once you give the warnings, you want to hit him with the spotlight so that he knows we really do see him.
We'll, as soon as you guys let us just know when you're done with the verbal warnings, and then we'll come back down in altitude and hit him with the spotlight.
60 zone, we could hear the announcements from here.
3 feet station.
You can't hit him with a light.
So we're dropping in altitude, and we're going to do another round of PA announcements along with the spotlight. If he doesn't give up now, we're probably going to have to insert you guys a little bit down the hill.
235 on Central.
We're trying to work our way through here.
But you guys are directly south of him.
No, I have 2 units heading back to that trail that goes down to the river to walk down that to see what it looks like, because this is way thick here.
Hey, what's up, for? This guy is slowly crawling around in pretty much the same area, but he might be heading more towards the water. And it's real hard for us to watch him in this tree line, so just an FYI.
Not awful.
Yeah, he's like low crawling back down into the tree line here.
Crawling back down into the tree line.
Well, I'm not confirming that's like to the northeast crawling.
Affirm, it's only a couple feet, if that, so he'd have to hit the water first. But yeah, just maintain that northern perimeter, guys. You only moved a couple feet, so it's not like we're dealing with a suspect that's running or anything just yet. Stand by one, he's moving again. Yeah, we're trying to reacquire him, but he might be moving further into the brush here, like towards the creek. And he is up now, and he is walking towards the water. Tide is on this guy just due to the thick vegetation here, so just give us a second.
Jim, so can I get my dog down there where you're at?
04 North, affirm.
Able to also, for those officers that are holding the northern perimeter on the train tracks, I want you guys to shift westbound. He is now across the creek, and he's possibly making his way back north. You guys move westbound. Can you just give me a light so I can make sure? Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead another maybe 10, 15 feet, if that, and just hold where you're at.
What do you think about getting over that spotlight, giving us some announcements and see if they'll just stop and hunker down? We might be able to catch up to them on this side.
My only concern with that is the more that we light him up, he's obviously motivated to get away from us, so the more that we don't have a good perimeter, the more we light him up, he's just going to continue to run and get increasingly harder to surround here. He's still working his way through the creek here, slightly westbound, but I'd say he's on the north side of the creek now.
On the north side of the creek, heading westbound.
Just to clarify, he's already crossed the riverbed?
From his current position, yes, he is through the water, so he should be coming out of the tree line on the north side. I don't know if officers on the northern perimeter can see that.
60 on negative, not as of now. We see the officers like through the bush, and they're almost going to be parallel with us here, maybe about 20 yards or so.
Able 10-4, give me a light again on the north side. Okay, go another probably 15 feet to your west.
10-4, just for info, it gets thicker as we go west.
10-4, yeah, I'm also not seeing any clear trails to guide you guys in from the north side. Probably in at least waist-deep water at this point. He just went into it, so it definitely is a hazard slash something we need to think about.
It's in waist-deep water now.
True Medic 44 available.
Okay, we're going to hold off on PA announcements until we can get better containment on this guy, and it was clear to us that he was not interested in giving up earlier, so we're just going to stand by on those. He's now in the center of this creek, still gradually making his way westbound, but he's probably in like chest-deep water at this point.
Myself and 21 y'all are going to enter from the Reasons Trailhead and head south.
But I still do not have eyes on him. I'm trying to reacquire, so everyone just continue holding your position until I can reacquire this guy. He might be trying to use the water to evade us here.
04 North to Able, he's directly north of us. I just heard him move.
Give me a light.
Able 127 Yellow, giving you a light right now. We've got noise just to our north, cracking branches.
Okay, actually, I think I do have him here. So give me a light one more time. Okay, he is like right next to you guys, still working his way westbound.
We've got the whole team directly to the south. Can you tell us where he is in relation to us? I don't want us to come in and get a crossfire here.
I'm not going to come off the screen just yet. He's deep in the brush, and we might lose him again here. So those three officers that were on the north side, I don't know if you guys can see him or hear him, but you were real close to him.
I'm John Affirm. We hear him just directly south of us. We're going to begin call-outs, and for those units on the south side, we're going to be at pretty high elevation, so there shouldn't be any kind of crossfire issue.
Okay, well, the units on the north that were pointing their flashlights, you're pretty much right on him. Your flashlights were pointing right at him.
40, the units on the north side hit the top of the trees on our side. Where he's at. Alright, we got him. I think it's straight in line from us.
Another set of canine announcements.
Giving canine announcements.
Well, for the officers that are on the north side, he's probably maybe 5 feet to your east. I can see where your lights are, so right about there, where your lights are. Hunkered down in water, trying to hide from you guys.
04 North to the units on the north side. We're in the middle of the riverbed, and we're working our way to the other side.
We're in the middle of the riverbed, and working our way towards the other side.
We got your light.
No change on the suspect, and I know we've talked about it, but just watch the crossfire.
Just watch your crossfire.
Sam, were you able to see the large team from the north?
Able to grab. I have all you guys, and you guys are all very close to him. Your team is probably, I would say, 25 feet away, somewhere around there at least.
To the east, straight up the creek?
Well, it's going to be slightly west of where your position is. 5 feet to the west of that.
we're going to put the dog on a 30-foot leash and let him search this area that Abel's talking about. Just FYI.
You want me to hold the west perimeter, or you want me to come meet up with you without my dog?
No, it sounds like we're almost right on top of this guy, so hold what you got. I'm down here with Joe, and he just put him on 30, so we're about to step off and let the dog search.
Up there on the north that's shining their light down here. Can everybody else cut their light and just give me one light directly over where they were indicating?
Dog's on a bite.
All right.
Officers are approaching the suspect now. Looks like dog is still on the bite. Looks like their hands are on with him now.
10-4 in cuffs.
Lieutenant Kevin Wadhams, W-A-D-H-A-M-S. So, approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, a male that has not yet been identified stole a Dodge Ram TRX pickup truck in Pacific Beach and led officers on a pursuit to this location off of Cargill, at which point he fled on foot into Rose Canyon. And after an extensive search with the help of Able and K9, he was taken into custody in a creek bed just south of our location here. He was bit by a canine, and he will be transported to a local hospital for a medical evaluation before being booked into jail.
And media is 97.
Media 97, 10-4.